There's no secret why I've called you here today. The cat's out of the bag. But I know for some of you, you must be wondering, why did I take so long? So let me cut to the chase. Let me end the drama. Let me officially state that Mufi Francis Mufi Hannemann is going to be entering the race for the governor of the state of Hawaii. You know, I've spent a lot of time, been on a so-called listening tour, and one of the most frequently asked questions is, why in the world, Mufi Hannemann, would you like to be governor at this time, perhaps the worst economic period in the history of the state, and when our educational system is faltering and has been the subject of many national headlines? To really understand the reason why I want to be your governor is to go back to my roots, is to go back to my neighborhood, is to go back to my schools, is to go back to my friends from my Hannemann days, and to go back to my family. And I want to acknowledge my brothers and sisters who are here today. All of us children of Gustav and Fayaso Hannemann. I spent a little time today before this announcement. I strolled down memory lane on Kamehameha Fort Road, and I reminisced about how good life was back then, how we all got along, how every family knew whose children was whom, how every family was able to know that if they spent time away from home, somebody else would pick up the slack and take care of their children. And it's all about values, my friends. Values that my parents instilled in us. Hard work, sacrifice. No substitute. Daddy who worked 3 jobs. Mama who stayed at home and took care of us. We were never afraid when we were in the protection zone of mom and dad. They taught us to stand tall for what you believe in, and to recognize that in this life, you have to work hard and sacrifice in order to achieve the things you need to do for you and your family. People scoff when they hear me say it was at this school, Fern Elementary School, that I developed that desire to go into public service. This school, named after the first mayor of the city and county of Honolulu, Joseph Fern. This school, when as an 8-year-old Cub Scout, I laid my eyes on the first president of the United States of America that I ever saw as a Cub Scout. And I remember very vividly what he said when he left Hawaii. Hawaii is what the rest of the world should be striving to become. So to understand why I'm running for governor, it's very personal. It's very personal. It's a belief that was shaped, that was honed, that was refined many, many years ago. And this is why we've come back here, because now the values that I carry with me today, the vision that I have for the state of Hawaii, is all about all of us making Hawaii a better place. The governor has to work very hard in putting together a team. So it's not about I, it's about we. It's about us. It takes a governor working very hard with his team to bring about a prosperous economy. An economy where families won't have to worry about having a roof over their head, where food will be on their table, where the bounties of life will be enjoyed and shared with others. And those who have left Hawaii to pursue opportunities elsewhere will recognize that they can come back home and be part of this community. To fulfill that promise of Hawaii having an environment that we can preserve and protect for generations to come is to hearken back to our ancestors who understood understood sustainability of managing their resources from the mountain to the sea. It's all about the 21st century agua concept. And when you couple that with modern day practices and technology, we strive to make Hawaii the green capital of the United States of America. It's all about fulfilling the promise that Hawaii is capable of producing homegrown leaders, keikiokaina, who feel it in their bones, who feel it in their veins, that it is our duty, our responsibility, our obligation to leave to the next generation a better place than we found it. You see, folks, that's why it took me a while to contemplate this decision to run for governor. You see, my parents taught me to say, put first things first. And the first pledge that I made to you as mayor is that I would leave this city better than I found it. And if you judge our record, by the time I get ready to leave City Hall in July, we have left this place better than we found it. Fiscally, we're stronger than we've ever been before. We have focused on basic city services and infrastructure and public safety, the safest big city in America. And we have improved our quality of life. Future generations will say, well done. Those folks back then really got it. But you see, the key to all of this is to have a governor steering that canoe, making sure we're all paddling in the right direction. I pledge to you, I promise to you, that as governor, I will put people first so that I will unite us as opposed to divide us. I pledge to you that as governor, that it's important to treat and view important stakeholders, such as the legislature, such as county officials, such as the federal government. I will view them as a friend to work with, as opposed to a foe to contend with. I pledge to you, I promise you, as the next governor of Hawaii, that I will look upon the governor's position not as my last job in my career, but as my best job in my career. I pledge to you that as your next governor, it will be all about solving our problems as opposed to making more problems. So, my friends, let the word go forth. Let that conch shell blow loud and far. Let that song be sung, sweet and melodious. That I, Mufi Hannemann, am ready, willing, able, with the right kind of experience, with lots and lots of energy, to bring people together, rich and poor, young and old, Kama'aina and Malahini, Democrats, Republicans, Libertarians, and all parties, conservatives, liberals, and all of them together, to make sure that we go down this path together. The problems, the challenges are so large, so immense. It's going to take a leader who has executive experience, a leader who has lots of energy, and a leader that has a collective vision that will bring us together. But at the end of the day, it's all about us making sure that we leave Hawaii better than we found it. I'm ready to go to work with your help. God bless you. Thank you.